reflect on all of the amazing things that we've done up to this part, it's amazing to celebrate with you all. And with those number of accomplishments in mind, I want to be able to introduce a great partner from day one that we've been able to have here at Horseshoe Baltimore. And without further ado, I would love to welcome up our fabulous mayor, Mayor Stephanie Rawlings.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you believe it has been 2 years? I am so excited to be here with all of you. When I think about how far we've come, when the idea of having basically a slots barn transformed into the idea of having a world-class casino, and to be there before Ground Zero, to be a part of the advocacy that made this possible, and now to be here 2 years later is really an awesome experience.
Absolutely. When I take a look at the employees who've been here since day one, and to know that Horseshoe not just met their obligation, their agreed upon number or percentage of Baltimore City residents that will be employed here, but they've exceeded it. And what that means for those families, this is more than a job. This is an opportunity for people to make a living for themselves and a way for their families. And that will impact their families for generations to come. So I'm proud to be a part of bringing Horseshoe to Baltimore, and I'm looking forward to the impact as it continues to grow.
My name is Michael Middleton, and I'm chairperson of the Cherry Hill Community Coalition, and I work for the Cherry Hill Development Corporation. I'm also presently involved with the South Baltimore communities that's involved with the Port Covington development. We have worked as community interested people with the Horseshoe Casino since really its inception. We have worked in relationship to expectation of funds that will be expended, how they should be expended, and how they would be expended. And during that course, obviously, there were issues that arose. Community folk wanted to make sure that casino funds weren't just being used as a substitute for what the city ought to have been doing the entire time period. But we wanted to see enhancements within the community itself. And by enhancements, we mean over and beyond what our expectations are for deliverables from the city as a matter of us paying taxes. And we think that that has come to fruition to a great degree. I mean, it is, we expect more money to be coming in and therefore greater enhancements. But at this particular time, the Horseshoe Casino has responded to some basic types of needs that we could not ordinarily get from city funds.
Such as what?
We've had in our elementary school, for example, a problem with heat. We started in school. The principal called saying it's unbearable. We were able to get 25 fans to be delivered to the school. Now, the reason that it's fans on a temporary basis is because that same school will be reconstructed as a 21st century school, which is under development right now. So it didn't make any sense to try to put an air conditioning system there. But those fans will be used and available for the Cherry Hill community to be used in any need and space necessary. We had at another school a concern in relationship to security and climate in the high school, and that we needed hall monitors. The city school system would only provide for one. We needed 3. We were able to come to the casino funds and local funds to get monies to provide us with one of those security people or one of those hall monitors themselves. We had the mural that's outside of the Cherry Hill Shopping Center along its wall. Part of casino monies are used to refurbish that African-American cultural vision for the Cherry Hill community itself. We will be looking at casino funds for the purpose of enhancing other aspects, particularly culture-related types of aspects for our community. Something simple as, for example, sponsoring of like a Kwanzaa celebration. Within our community, with those resources to reflect our culture as a community, but also that goes to the benefit of the overall for the Cherry Hill community itself.
What about the social aspects, you know? people are trying to earn a living and they're trying to get some money, and they come here to expand their earnings to make it much more.
Well, I know that there are some folk within the community who have received jobs here.
Right.
And I don't know. I can't speak to those that think they can come in here and win $1 million.
That's the aspect of it.
Well, and see now,
That fallout is...
I'm not a gambler. Nah, I mean, I work too hard for the pennies I get in my pocket. But the nature of the casino goes beyond though just for the gambling. If you look at this atmosphere, you know, it's a place where you can bring a friend, associate, wife, girlfriend for dinner. There are activities in relationship to music and things like that that are available here beyond just spending your money. Now, I'm sure for the benefit of our community, I want others to spend their money. That's how we get money into the community itself. But oftentimes, many of local folks don't have the excess funds to be used for gambling. It doesn't. So we benefit by those who can afford to spend, to come here to spend, help us provide with jobs, and to look at those enhancement funds that will be available to uplift the community that do not have that available cash for us.
So you are partially satisfied with what the Horseshoe is doing here?
Well, remember, now this is only the second anniversary. So it's been here for
2 years.
It's going to 2 years. Mm-hmm. And so I am pleased with where we are thus far. Mm-hmm. I have higher expectations of funds that will be available and what they can do to improve our community. But I think for having been just going to the second year, we're up to a good space. And particularly I enjoy the community and the encouragement of community involvement and how these funds will be used.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.